Our industrial society is built upon certain assumptions. Assumptions like everyone has to work and strive to climb up the proverbial economic ladder. And for that, starting from the age of 3 or 4, we need to start going to school, clear exams, get a job, and start climbing up the economic ladder as soon as we possibly can. Nothing wrong, but the question to be asked is, what's the end game? One would then take a look around and say that you keep climbing till you become a millionaire, or better still, a billionaire. So in other words, the aim is to reach a stage when you have bought all the luxuries that money can buy, like the fastest car, biggest mansion by the ocean, etc., and live a life where you do not have to work for the rest of your life. Granted, but is that what the goal actually is? I mean, even if you have the fastest car and numerous ones, you will still have to stop at a red light, and you can drive only one at a time, and it will only take you from point A to point B, which could be reached in a much cheaper way, which is in a way contrary to basic economic tenet, wherein you would want to do the same things cheaper. Or say the big mansion you have bought by the sea beach, you will still, following the laws of physics, be able to be present in one room at any point of time. So what's the point of a 100-bedroom mansion? One could then argue that it's the experience of luxury that one is going after here. But is the experience of luxury the ultimate goal then? If a billionaire was to be asked about his happiest moments, in all likelihood, he would recall summer vacations spent with family and friends, or long walks with his or her dad in the woods. In other words, moments that have absolutely nothing to do with rising up the economic ladder and its payoffs. And here lies the dilemma of an industrial societal existence. Our measure of success seems to be diametrically opposite to happiness. So, what then is the goal that we are all running after every single morning? When we all subconsciously agree and know that higher up the ladder we go, the further we get from these things that actually make us happy. Family, friends, passion. There is no right or wrong here, just that most of us do not even have a say in this from the day we are born, and that's where the problem lies. Do think about it. When the pandemic forced us to stay at home, in the early days everyone was happy and everyone decided to utilize the additional time towards pursuing something new, like learning that new language that you always wanted to, or take up a new hobby, spend more time with your kids and pets. No one said I will utilize this additional time to do more work which will help me climb up the economic ladder. To my mind, what it simply goes to show is that subconsciously we all believe that the work we are doing is not a source of happiness. And so we simply latch on to whatever opportunity we get to move away from our work and pursue some things that makes us happy. Once again going to show that what would give us economic success is often diametrically opposite to our being happy. A year and a half later, now everyone knows how the economics crashed most of those dreams, with people having to actually put in far greater number of hours at work, and all those dreams of learning a new language or cultivate a hobby or spending time with loved ones have become a distant dream. It goes to show how our socio-economic structure is geared towards pushing us away from happiness. Is the biggest paradox of all. Let's now look at an ideal society, its paradox, and the impact of future industrial revolutions on the same. Our society has primarily been shaped by conflict. History bears testimony to the fact that development and destruction of society has been the result of conflict of nations and conflict of interest of individuals. As a result, nations and society has had to invest huge amounts of money on military and police and the judiciary. So by a priori reasoning, then we can safely conclude that an ideal society would be one where there is no conflict, and where by some miracle people have been able to overcome their lowest, basest instincts and difference of interest, and there is no need for anyone to commit a crime. This would mean no need for police, as there is no crime, no need for lawyers and courts, as there is no need to defend or prosecute anyone. No need for military or arms and ammunitions. This would mean that the entire system, which employ millions of individuals today, will become redundant. Millions employed today in these departments of society and economy will have no work, which brings us to a very important question that we should strive to answer. Why does everybody in society need to work, or is it necessary for everyone in society to work? Let's push the discussion a little further. Slowly now but surely, rapidly in the near future, jobs and works that we now know will be replaced and done by machines. May delay the process by way of government laws and other societal interventions, but labor, both physical and intellectual, will inevitably be replaced by machines. According to the fourth industrial revolution, it has been predicted that only supervisory, caregiving, and creative jobs will be left for humans, else everything else will be taken over by machines. We cannot help but foresee a future where even these three will be replaced by machines. The question then to be asked is, what will we as humans do then? How will wealth and resources be distributed? What goals will individuals strive for then? Will humans simply enjoy the fruits of labor of the machines? If we push that argument even further, we may ask, what will be the reason for our existence? Will there be a need to acquire education? For what? There will be no need to get a job then. Will there be a need for education as we know today? These questions certainly cannot be answered in our current societal context, where it seems that our reason for existence is to climb up the economic ladder. It seems societal progress is at odds with itself, and it cannot strive towards an ideal society without answering and contradicting itself. What then is an ideal society towards which we are all progressing towards?